Go ahead with your testimony.
My name is Robert Bowen, and I'm representing myself. It's been 27 years since I've spoken to a committee in this building, and the last time I did, I was a member of the committee, a member of this esteemed body. This time I'm here as a citizen. The reason I wanted to come today is to say that 27 years ago, I was on top of the world, so I thought. I had a very lucrative business up in Adams County, on the board of the Chamber of Commerce, season tickets to the Symphony and the Broncos. I had a seat in the legislature. I just passed a whole bunch of major bills. And the last thing I ever thought was that I couldn't continue to just go upward. 18 months later, I lost my seat in the legislature. The recession had wiped out my business. I was bankrupt. I went to California hoping to reestablish, and after a few months, the recession hit there, and I found myself homeless. And it was pretty hard to deal with, coming from where I had been, on TV all the time, in the newspapers, accomplishing things, to having 2 suitcases of clothes and 2 boxes of pictures and mementos, and a car that I had to keep out of sight of the repo guy. So I spent several months sleeping in that car, not sleeping, worrying about, was the repo guy going to find me, or was the cop going to tell me that I had to go move, or I would go to jail and the car would be repossessed. So the reason I'm saying that to you, and my own kids didn't know that. They lived with their mother in Denver. I was ashamed. I told nobody, and I sought no public assistance because it was pretty difficult for me to deal with what had happened to me. Well, I was fortunate. I had a college education, and I was able to eventually find work and pull myself up. But not everybody is in that boat. I didn't have, it may be debatable, but I didn't have a mental illness, and I didn't have an addiction problem. Other people aren't as lucky as me. The reason I'm saying that is because when you vote, I want you to think it could, by the grace of God, be you 18 months from now. I don't care how successful you are, you can fall. It could be you. It could be your children. It could be your grandchildren. It could be somebody that you care about. Think about that when you vote on this bill. Now, this bill's not going to solve the problem of homelessness, but we will never solve the problem of homelessness until we first realize that homeless people are human beings. They're equal human beings. They have rights. They have fundamental rights. And until we do that, and until we put that into statute, we will never apply the resources, private sector, public sector, to solve the problem. Because we won't apply the resources if we think we're dealing with other people. So just to close, I want to say something to the people on the committee who may be fellow Christians. It wasn't the homeless beggars that Jesus threw out of the temple. It was the money changers, the people that took money from the poor and changed it into wealth for themselves. And so as Christians, I ask you to think of that when you vote on this bill. Thank you.